here we go. They've just opened the floodgates there at the back, quite literally. We're letting about 1 metre of water in here to lift Claire so that we can move her forwards by 1 metre or so they can paint underneath where she's been sitting on these wooden bollard, I don't know what you call these, anyway, wooden stands underneath. So yeah, look at it all rushing in. And I tell you, that water fills pretty fast. So it's been running now for, I don't know, 2 minutes maybe. Just starting to come up the side here and along the forward edge. And just like that, we are a boat again. I've been underneath and checked the propeller. There's no leakage where that's been fitted, so that's great. Not that we expected any, but you know. And as far as I can tell, we're being held in place by the cables, but she's now floating, or at least partially floating, off the blocks. So any minute now they'll move us forwards. I'd wondered what this pole hanging there was. I'd seen them do it with another boat. Oh, it's just started to rain. But now I know this is the mark that they use to work out how far to move it forwards. So I'm betting that when we float, we're actually floating now, they'll drag us forward until the bow is touching that, and that's where they know how they know where to stop. And that's it. The water has stopped coming in. We're floating. They are dragging us forward just a little bit. You can see the cables, you know, tensioning and loosening. They're just all working to adjust us now. They've brought us up to that mark. And then they'll pump the water out again. That's it. Clair de Lune has floated and moved forwards. Nice thing, there were no leaks. You can see we are now right up on that mark, as I thought. There we are. And there we are, boats in, we've been moved forward, water levels coming back down again, and we are probably, in fact, actually sitting on the dock, on the blocks now. So that's it, Clair de Lune moves forward. Okay, so we're about to start the welding. We've got holes all throughout the boat. This is enough here to come up underneath. I can feel inside of that little hole that's there. Now, you can't quite see it in the video, but there is a little hole just in that spot, and they're just getting the welding gear prepped. They'll be up here in a minute, and yeah, we're going to get a bit of a fire blanket. I've cleared out the insulation around. We'll put the fire blanket in there. I'll stand fire watch from the inside. It really is just a zap. That's a tiny hole. I have to cut a hole in here because there's another patch just down there, and then all the other bits are ready to go. So we are on our way to welding up the holes in Clair de Lune. All right, those are patched, those 2 holes already, which is great. So now we move down and we do the next ones. Didn't take long at all. Well, here we are again. This is beginning to feel very familiar. They are flooding the dry dock. Clair de Lune this time is going to come out. Oh, they've just turned some lights on, that's handy. Take another look at that. So she's not finished. The sides are done, the bottom's done. So she's got the new hull colour on. the top here, as you can see, is still only one coat of primer. There's another coat to go. Same with the decks. That will all happen when we're back on the quay. It doesn't need to happen here in the dry dock. The dry dock is a very precious resource, I suppose you'd say. It's quite competitive to get in here, so we managed to squeeze in and we're squeezing out. They've done the bits that we can't do when we're in the water, and the rest of it, which can be done while we're in the water, has been left to be done then. That's fine. So yeah, the next couple of days there'll be primer go on here, but alongside on the water. We have made a lot of progress while we're here. A lot of things have been fixed. There's been a lot of welding. The leaks are now all bar one repaired. Just back down here actually, there's a new section of plating. There are a series of holes there. That's all been plated over on the deck. There's, on the other side, we've fixed all of those leaks as well. There was a large leak here that's been welded shut. There's still a big leak behind the bollard. We're going to have a different solution for that, but the water generally doesn't run down there, so it's not a major issue. There were patches of welding here. You can see we've welded up the top here where that was leaking, and yeah, she's in great shape. So we'll wait for the water to fill the dock, and then we're going to be heading on out. What else is happening today? Oh yeah, the big one will be the shaft guy. I really should learn his name, but the shaft guy is coming back. We're going to be running a bunch of tests on the propeller shaft now that that's in, testing it under load and all of that, just making sure that everything is working fine there. So here we are. We just went for a walk up on the deck and we thought it was sticky, but actually that's a sheet of ice. It was fairly cold here overnight. We are definitely getting into winter. So with the new shaft, we're waiting for the shaft guy to come on board before we start the motors. We were wondering how on earth they were going to get in here, but logically we just pulled us sideways with the cables or touched the dock, and he'll hop on, and there we go. That's what's happening. So we were fortunate that Peter, the shipyard manager, has taken some video of us exiting the dock here. One thing you'll notice with Clair de Lune, she doesn't have a bow thruster, so she tends to prop walk to, I guess, to the starboard side. You can see we're starting to come a little close. You'll notice here I push the rudder over and give her a bit of a kick, and that just straightened us up nicely. She reverses reasonably well for a big boat. We managed to get out of here without too many problems. You'll see that pulse right there, it is. So just like that, shoot forward on the RPM a little bit and then back to neutral, and that was enough to straighten her up. And we just continued to reverse out, no problems at all. I'll leave you to enjoy it, but it was, yeah, definitely a highlight for us coming back out again. You can see the guys standing around getting the next boat there, Janine, ready to come in. They don't waste any time. By the time before we were even docked up, Janine was around the corner and in the dry dock. It's fair to say that we are both a little bit biased, Karina and I, but I think she is turning into a beautiful looking boat.
And there you go, Clair de Lune is out of the dry dock and another boat is already in there, Janine. We are just outside here, tied up alongside the wharf. And we're going to be moving soon, but we're just sitting here so that we can test the new prop shaft. So basically what we're doing at the moment is idling her forward at about 800 RPM. We're going to do that. Here comes Ronnie, our shaft guy. He's going to go down the engine room and check the temperatures. When that's all okay, we're going to increase the revs, and we'll just over the next 2 hours bring it up to about 1600 RPM and just make sure that everything is working as it should. But you can see we are now a boat again. We are now back in the water and everything is going great. Most importantly, we managed to park it here without scratching the new paintwork. Kind of terrifying, to be honest. It was a lot easier before when I could just bump Clair de Lune into things without worrying about whether any paint was going to be damaged, because I knew that she was going to get painted. Now we're going to have to be a lot more careful.
And the work doesn't stop. Big milestone, the dog hatch fully refurbished, the large one, is now back in place. Super happy with how this has turned out. It looks fantastic, and yeah, it's just a big milestone to make that happen. This is a really exciting stage here. We've got Kevin from the Pleasure Boat Commission in to do the official tonnage certificate for Clair de Lune. This is a big step. They actually punch the new number. She's getting a new number, and she's getting a new number because she's getting a new name. So they're punching that into the hull. This is Claire as she stands at the end of Friday. And we're really excited. We're going to be announcing her new name soon. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it.